Hello, this video is part 2 of rationalizing. The previous video was cut off before I completed it, so I'm going to finish it off. As I was saying, the square root of 6 is a decimal, 2.44, but we don't want to have decimals in the problem, therefore we will leave it as square root of 6. Okay. Now I will be moving on to the last problem, which is at the bottom. As you can see, problem number 3, the last one, looks very similar to problem number 2. The only thing extra would be that it has numbers on the outside. We will solve problem number 3 basically the same way we solve problem number 2, and we will multiply those numbers on the outside at the end. Okay, so on problem number 3, we have this square root of 2 at the bottom. Therefore, we will multiply times square root of 2 both top and bottom in order to help us rationalize. When we multiply the numbers, we will be multiplying square root of 2 times the square root of 2, and that's going to give us the number at the bottom, which is going to be square root of 4. We will also be multiplying the square root of 5 times the square root of 2, which would give us the square root of 10, and that's the number that we will be putting at the top. So let's start by doing that. Square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is square root of 4. Square root of 5 times the square root of 2 is the square root of 10. And as I mentioned before, you would have to bring this over, and this would be 3 times the square root of 4. The reason we do that is because at the beginning we're multiplying 3 times the square root of 2 times the square root of 2. So we are all just multiplying the 3 over. Similarly with the top number, we will bring the 2 over. Now the next step is we are going to simplify if possible. Let's see if we can simplify the bottom. The square root of 4 is 2 right here. So instead of putting 4, I'm going to put 2. And at the top, 10 is 2 times 5. You cannot simplify that. We're going to bring the 10. And just as we did before, I'm going to move the 2 over, and I'm going to keep bringing the 3 over. The bottom can be simplified further. 3 times 2 is 6. The top we cannot simplify any further, therefore we will leave it at 2 square root of 10. 2 square root of 10. This one has an extra step, however. If you look closely, 2 and 6 are both divisible by 2. Therefore, when I divide 2 divided by 2 is 1, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and we will simplify the problem a little bit more. So the top becomes 1 times the square root of 10 is the square root of 10. The bottom becomes 3. This concludes part 2 of rationalizing.